Okay, hopefully we're recording. Okay, it's Sunday afternoon. It's beautiful outside. Um, it is the beginning of the week for you. You're going to be practicing brush strokes. So this is actually your Friday class. And if you miss Zoom class in the morning, you can watch this video and be able to see me demonstrate some backgrounds and two different flowers and some leaves and that sort of thing. I'm going to try to make this quick. So I'm going to share screen and go over here. So let's go share. And we want the sphere and we want it big. Okay, so I got a little bit of paper towel so I can do some maybe paper towel clouds in the background. I've got my two brushes, the one that came with this and the bigger brush. 2 cups of water. Remember, 2 cups of water, one to clean your brush, one to get water. I use my masking tape. If you showed up to school this week and you needed some, I gave you some. Again, you could always do a border with a crayon or a pastel, and that would be fine. I'm going to do 2 panels in this one, and I've got my second one set up as well. They're stuck together now. Of course, while you're doing a demo. And so I've got this one ready to go as well, because when you get a background done and you want to do flowers or something on top of it, you have to let it dry. So we'll do a couple backgrounds here, a couple backgrounds on the other one, and then hopefully this will be dry. Now, I don't know how I'm going to do that with the video going, but we're going to try it. So here we go. So I haven't mixed any paint. I did wash this out, just so you know. I put it under water and I used the brush like this and it cleans it out. So let's add some fresh water to this because I want blue sky. You know me, I want blue sky. I'm gonna use my bigger brush, get some water in here, start getting some blue. Remember, no water sitting in the paint pots so that it doesn't get all goopy and disgusting. And remember, if you run out of a color, let me know, because you can pop this tray out and you can pop that in particular color out and I can get you a new one. Now we're going to do a little wet on the top, and then we're going to do some blue up on the side, and we're going to do some kind of a yellow hazy green down on the bottom, like a yellow green. So I'm not sure, this should be enough for my blue sky. And then I will take, since this one is in the blue, I will take this one and I'll mix a little greeny yellow up here. So I got them all ready. Okay, there's the water. I got a little bit of green in my yellow already, so I'm going to go ahead and swoop up some yellow, get that going. Look, it's already a little bit of yellow. Okay, rinse my brush, clean, get some green. Let's get some green going. Okay. Ooh, that is a lot of green. Let me see if I'm going to add a little more yellow. I want a little more yellow than that. Again, rinse, clean. Let's pick up some more of this yellow. And of course, hopefully you will be able to take your time. This week, I want to see you turn in, you're being graded on brush stroke practice. There are 2 different videos. I want you to practice that. And then I would like to see you either start on Wednesday, or you could do this Friday morning and afternoon if you don't come to school. Okay, so I got this mixed. I'm doing a wet on wet, so I'm gonna rinse this brush, scrape off any blue, rinse it out, remember, because I'm gonna do a light coat of water on this. Okay, just a light coat, real quick. Don't want it to be soaked. I just want it to be damp so my colors spread. And it's a bigger area, so you might need to do it twice. Remember, light. Don't soak your paper. Okay. I'm going to go for the blue first, just because. I'm going to start out at the top and come down. Starts to fade out. Awesome. Whoops. Started rinsing that in there. Okay. And then I'll try the smaller brush just because it's already got the paint in it. Let's do it. Get right along that crease of my paint. Ooh, it's already looking cool. Maybe get a little bit more. And I want it to blend in there. Okay. I'm going to let that one just stay like that. That's what I'm going to do. I'll leave that brush like that. I'm going to get a little more blue. I want a heavier blue than this. For the next one, I want more blue, more blue. Remember, I don't want any water sitting in that paint pot. Let's get this going. Roll that brush. Scrape it off. Get rid of the fluid. Roll that brush. Okay. And you could always do an orange sky. You could try red. Remember, I want you to play with color. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. I'm just liking to play with the color. Okay, and then I am going to try and do this wet on dry, wet brush on dry, and just see what happens. I really believe that the wet on wet works better, but I like to play too and try different things. So you're not always tied to the same thing. Okay, got that. And I'm going to get my green brush. And I think I am going to I want to add some water down here, only because I want it to be more faded. Let's clean this brush. But I wanted a darker blue sky. So I'm going to do a little bit of light wash here. Ooh, and look, you can get that paint going again. So I got a nice blend over here. Okay. Yep, I did. I got some blue in there. Were you watching? Okay, here we go. Love the way it creeps up the paper with water. And blends into that. Okay, and I'm going to leave it alone. Just leave it alone. It's got to dry now. Maybe I want to do some paper towel cloud up here because it's nice and dark before it dries. Remember, I'm using the least embossed side. You get to play around with that because you have to play around with that. Ooh, it's kind of dry. I don't know how much of I'll be able to lift. And your clouds can go whichever direction you want. I'm kind of just trying something new, like kind of spiky clouds and going up at an angle. I kind of waited too long to do my cloud. I find that the clouds look the best once your work is finished. So don't stress on it. I'm not going to stress on it. You don't stress on it. It'll be great to add some flowers to it. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. Leave it alone and they'll come home wagging their tails behind them. This is just a little damp, but we want it drier. So I am going to flip to the other page and try a couple different kinds of backgrounds. Out on YouTube, there are tons and tons of examples of backgrounds. So you could go out and you could watch something if you want to take the time to do that. These are ones I just want you to try. Okay, I'm gonna rinse my brushes. I want to rinse this brush because I want a nice yellow for a sun in the middle. Let's go for that. Clean out this brush. I need a nice yellow without that green. Okay, grab some clean water and put it in this top one. And I'm gonna go get plain yellow. Let's get some plain yellow. Plain yellow, sunshine yellow. That's what I want. And we are going to do what I want for this. Okay. So get my plain yellow going. And then you can watch what I'm going to do. Okay, here we go. I'm going to rinse this so I go have clean water to do this. Okay, I'm going to go back and forth. And I'm going to kind of just do a sunshine in the middle and have it fade out with oranges. And you just have to play with this. Sometimes it turns out really good and other times you're like, what? But guess what? You can keep trying. And that's why I like you to work with the practice before you go waste your good paper. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Just go around in the center. And when it's wet, it will blend. Okay. And then I'm going to rinse my brush. I'm going to add some orange. This isn't the best brush. I do have better brushes that I like better for this, but this is the brush you have. So I am just winging it. No, I have not practiced. Taken some orange and I'm going to mix it in with my yellow here. And I'm going to make a circle. Okay. I'm going to add more orange because I want it to get dark as it goes out. You can play with this. Remember, there's no right and there's no wrong. It's about playing with the paint. And once it dries, you can add things to it. Paint right over that tape. Okay, I'm gonna get a little, clean my brush, get some clean water, and just get some red and add that to it. Just to, ooh, it made it really dark. Let's see what happens. I think I need a little more water out to the edges. Let's clean that. Fresh water. Check this out. You can use your water to have it go out to the edge. And you, when it dries, you can add more. Remember, just play with it. Don't be hard on yourself. It's about trying. You guys have been here all year, and some of you are getting a little bit, I think, lackadaisical, or maybe you're just feeling like a zombie. I'm not sure, but I want you just to play. I want you to play. Play with brush strokes, play with backgrounds. I got a weird thing going on there. I'm going to leave it because that's going to kind of be, in fact, I'm going to grab some more orange here and play. And maybe even some like purple. Not blue, but maybe a purple. I know I'm just dipping in here, but check it out. I'm just going to play with this because I want you to play as well. There are really no rules when it comes to watercolor. Love the way that's creeping in on this. Excuse me. I add a little bit of that purple up here. Ooh, look, it mixed with that orange. And when we take the tape off, it'll be really cool. Okay, I'm going to leave that one. I'm leaving it. My next one is going to be a yellow to a green at the bottom. So I want to give it a try. Again, you guys, I'm hoping this video isn't killer long. Okay, let's go. Let's do it. I'm gonna wait to do the wet on wet. I want some more yellow, and because this one's colored now, I'm gonna put a yellow down here. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow, yellow, and I'm gonna put it on dry. I'm gonna put it here. Now this is where playing with that brush stroke activity at the beginning of the week is really going to come into play. So you can play with that. Okay, I'm going to make that yellow. I'm going to some green here. What am I going to do with my green? I don't know. I'm playing, you guys. Ooh, I got leaking yellow. I could have let my sun dry first and then start adding color, but I didn't. Remember, I'm just laying down some backgrounds. Just laying down some backgrounds, and for some reason my brain was like, I want to see if I can lift some of this. Give it even more. I like that. I like that. I like it a lot. I'm not sure what I'm going to put on this, but I really like it. Okay, now these need to dry. How am I going to play with this? Okay, this is what we're going to do. Because this is perforated at the edge, but I have tape on it. Maybe this will dry really quick while I show you some things. Okay, this is where we're going. I've got some stuff started. Okay. These do not have stems. I was trying 2 different flowers. They kind of blended in with the background, so I stopped. I did a different castle here. I like doing those. We'll talk about buildings next week. I did some trees, got some blue, got some green, just something that was going on. So I'd like to teach you these flowers. I want to do the tulip kind and the petal flowers. I like to combine them. Here's some petal flowers. Notice we got the green and the blue mix, or land to sky. And then these little zigzaggy pieces, that's kind of dry brush stroke. Some stems, tulip flowers, and I took some just little dots, like what they call it, the brush stamping. You could also use black Sharpie if you wanted to. Okay, so I got a bunch of little things going on here. Notice the horizon line. This is flowers on dry background. Okay, that's kind of stuff we're going to be going for. This is one that was something like what we were doing with the going around and around on the wet and wet with the orange. And then once it was dry, I did this silhouette of this cat, and I saw it online and I just wanted to try it. So I did it. And I have a little bit of sparkly paint. I don't know if you can tell. Put some silver sparkly paint on the edges. These I was just playing with, like a little, what do I want to say? Reflected sunset, just goofing around. Skies, did my little splatter. It was too wet. It like got diluted. Okay, and you guys will see a bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of examples online. So again, the little tulip flowers, petal flowers splatter, green to blue, land to sky, purple flowers, tulip flowers, and stems. Okay, so we'll talk about those. Okay, is this dry enough? Ooh, uh-oh, I just messed with that. It wasn't dry enough. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm going to get a different piece of paper and talk about flowers. Since I want to teach you flowers, let's do some flowers on dry. Okay, I've got my new one. These are the brush strokes you're going to do at the beginning of the week. Okay, so I'm not even going to tape off. I'm just going to start playing with flowers. Okay, I'm going to mix me up some blue. I really like blue flowers. Add some more water in here, get some more blue. I'm going to end up running out of blue. I'm going to have to get me some more blue. Move this brush. Okay, let's just talk about the blue flowers, or the tulip flowers. Okay, so I'm using the bigger brush. You could use either brush. I've played with both. Okay, tulip flowers. I'm going to just scrape off a little bit of this. Okay, I make a big one, and it's just like kind of doing this U shape, and you guys will have practiced it with your brush strokes. And then I just go like this, and I bring kind of that wet spot down to the bottom. Okay, I'm going to make another one over here. And you'll start doing this, and you'll you will decide what kind of a shape you want to your flower. Get a little more color. Here we go. Okay, maybe there's one that looks like it's kind of drooping and laying on its side. And the video I saw when I did this, it was kind of, they did it in a group of 5 like this. Big one up there at the top, and then they gradually get smaller. You can decide what you want to do. Okay, then I'm going to do something called lifting. So I take out this paper towel, I'm going to dry that side of the brush, and I'm going to lift the paint. So it's lighter. It's got a lightness on one side. Lift the paint. Lift. Lift the paint. Just lift. So your flowers just aren't all one color. Gives it a little more dimension. And it's harder to tell while you guys are watching right here. Maybe if I focus in closer, you can see. Okay, once you got the basic flower down, okay, we're going to talk about the stems. Now, I've told you guys before, I like using this really super thin brush, but let's use what you have. And if you practice your brush strokes, you know that we can get a thin line with this. Actually, I really liked playing with this with the brush stroke activity because I learned that I could get some really good lines. Okay, I'm going to mix some more green in here, and I'm going to start out with a green yellow, and then I can add a more dark green to give my stems some more depth. Okay. Okay, gonna kind of sweep it off so it's not so wet. And when you do stems, don't just draw your stems straight down, right? Use a little curving fashion and do a light line. And do a light line. And do a light line. And maybe get a little more paint, kind of brush it off. Do a light line. Do a light line. Okay, now it's okay that it didn't get a nice clean stroke because we can add some dark to this. Something else that we do is we add a little bit of green to the bottom of the flower. Blend it into your stem. Okay. All right. Okay, while that is drying, before I add some more, I'm going to talk about the other kind of flowers, the dot flowers. Okay. I'm going to do blue dot flowers too. I really like them. I call them the dot flowers or petal flowers. Get some more blue in here. I like it to be dark. Maybe even I'll add some purple to it. Just to give it a nice darkness. And if you add a little bit of red to it too, it would even be cooler. Remember, you play with your colors, play with mixing your colors. Okay, so for this, I need dots, and I do it like a triangle. Like here's the 3 dots, here's this one. Okay, and they are like little bubbles of water, like if you were going to do the blowing technique. Okay, and then I kind of brush off the side of this so it's not soaking wet, and then I'm going to do this like what we call the shaking. Go from one side to the next so that it gives it this little jaggedy effect. Because I'm using the big brush, mine are going to be kind of big. Now I'm going to do it like this. Oh no, you guys can't see. Ah, nobody's there to tell me that you can't see. Okay, little shake, shake, rattle, and roll. Okay, bring this one out. And you could always move your paper. I'm trying to be on screen, so not really moving my paper. Yeah. Jaggedy is good. Okay, I'm gonna make 2 other little dots, one here. Need some more liquid, little drops of paint here. Okay, I'm gonna do the one stroke dry. And if your petals connect, that's okay. Okay, and then I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to bring that wet dot to the center right here. Give it a wet dot in the middle. And then I'm going to shake this one. Shake, 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 shake. Okay, then I'm gonna rinse out this brush, and I am gonna make a nice dark color here with some purple and a little bit of brown. And I'm gonna watch it run. I'm gonna do it in the front, but if I touch one of those flowers that's still a little wet, it'll run. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. You can try it again. They always turn out a little bit different. I'm going to do another one. And I'm going to try doing it with the other brush. Let's try doing it with this green brush and rinse it out. I know this is a really long video. Okay, I'm going to do this. Okay, and let's see how this one turns out. Got the dot. I got the dot. And I got the dot. Okay, I'm going to do a little dry on one side. I'm going to wiggle. Brought the liquid to the center. Okay. This one might just be a 4-petal. Do another one right here. Oop, watch it's running. And it's okay if it runs. Okay, I'm gonna get it out of this. It's cool when it runs into them because you get, it looks really nice when they dry. Okay, I'm gonna try one more. Maybe do a nice purple one. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Dry one side and squiggle, 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 squiggle. And depending on how much water in your paint, that will give you that really washed out look or really pigmented flower. So to play with it. Again, no right or wrong. I want you to play. Got 2 more dots here. Do a little dry on one side. Okay, and I wanted a center to run, and it's not going to be as good as I want to do for a demo, but you know what? We're using a lot of time. And when it dries, it'll be cool. Okay, let's talk more about the stems. I'm going to continue to use this lovely green. I'm going to get some stem over here on the side and brushing it off. Remember, don't do straight lines. No straight line stems. Okay, I'm gonna add more dark green to this and a tad bit of blue. Go back to these. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna just do a little smash flower or leaves. You could try like lay it down a flat, bring it out to a point leaf. You get to play. What kind of leaves do you want? You could try twisting. And again, add more depth to your green stems with adding yellow or a little tad bit of blue so you get a difference. And add a little darkness up here. There's nothing wrong with experimenting. Okay, now a thing that I like to do is do that like little bit of dry brush, zigzaggy stuff. And you can use greens, you can add, do the different colors, like maybe we want to add a touch of blue in there. Okay, so basic flowers. I don't like the ways these turned out. I'm not using my favorite brush. My favorite brush is this little tiny one that I did not try because you guys don't have it. This little tiny brush is what used to come with these. It's a 6, but it has stiffer bristles than these do. If you have one, try out some other brushes. Try out other brushes. Okay, so, and I will tell you what, I'm going to save the other, I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to save the other backgrounds that I made to demonstrate in class, and then I will take a photo of it so you can see it. But those are the basic flowers. Those are some basic backgrounds. I want you to play with it, see what you can come up with. Always play with the techniques that we've already used. If you've got salt or alcohol or paper towel or something cotton to do the lifting, you can. Okay, I know this is long. I'm going to go. Bye.